Talked a lot about the FAFSA form and delays. And right now, it's kind of leaving some students out there, particularly high school seniors, in limbo because they need to fill out that form, that application, and that can put their college financial aid at risk. Let's talk more about this issue with Jason Gonzalez. He's a reporter with Chalkbeat, and Chalkbeat focuses on education, not just in Tennessee or Mississippi or Arkansas, but across the nation. Jason joining us on the digital desk. I appreciate you being here, Jason. So where are we? You know, the federal government, they wanted to overhaul this application, and now there's been some delays. How did we get to this point? Good morning.
Good morning. So how did we get here? It's a long story, but the congressmen, women, they wanted to really overhaul this, make this a more simple process for families. There were over 130 questions on the FAFSA, and it's just not an easy process. So they directed the Department of Education to overhaul this, and so this is what we're seeing this year. It was under a 3-month delay from October to December to release the new form. It's called the Better FAFSA, and it is, from what I've heard, simpler. It is easier. There are fewer questions, but the technology glitches and delays have really been the crux here. There are some families who can't fill this out right now. The first few weeks were just really frustrating, so that's probably turned up. A few people just decided to wait. And then after it started running a little bit more smooth, obviously still problems with it. The federal government announced that colleges and universities wouldn't get some of the information, student records, until mid-March. And so that is a further delay in all of this process that's really butting us up against the May 1st enrollment deadline that colleges have nationally. Some schools have started to push that, but it's really been a problem in terms of the delays, and families are just frustrated right now.
I can totally see why, Jason. I have 2 kids currently in college right now, and we went through that whole FAFSA application process. It's very long, very detailed, and to have that delayed like that, I mean, is this a Department of Education problem? I feel like they should bear some of that responsibility, if not all of it.
Yeah, they're really working through this rollout right now. This is on the technology end, on the implementation of this new Better FAFSA, as it's called, and like I said, I mean, it is a bit more simple and definitely easier for some families right now, but that technology piece is really the holdup. And they said they've been trying to work through the technical glitches. They've got some funding out there for colleges that work with students who are low income and have more need. And so some colleges are getting more support. They've rolled out about 50 plus folks across the country to help schools navigate this right now. They've really tried to make this a little bit easier, but it's still not the best situation for families, for counselors, for schools that are waiting on this information to get that out to students. And this really does matter for families, because when they're looking at those financial aid documents that are the financial aid award letters that schools send them, this really helps them decide whether or not a school is for them, if they can afford something. And you know, with the enrollment deadlines and you know, if schools are still having those, it could be a tight turnaround to say, hey, this is a huge financial decision for me, and not have the information they need at this moment.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, this is a huge blunder, a huge error in judgment, huge mistake. So where are we now in making it right for everybody? Is this a fix that perhaps is going to be right around the corner, a week or two? Is this maybe longer than that? What can you tell based upon your sources?
I wish I had a crystal ball at the moment to say that you know, it's all going to be fixed. But what I can tell you is the Department of Education said they're working through the glitches. They're trying to get there and really help colleges, families get what they need. And like I said, they have rolled out some support, but it's really looking like schools still won't get their what's called ICERs, or institutional student information records. They won't get that information about students until about mid-March. They did roll out some information for colleges to help them through what's called a testing process. That just helps them figure out the student aid calculations and just really get through that faster. So they are trying to kind of speed up this process as it goes along, but it is still delayed. It's still going to be delayed, and we'll see how far into April and maybe even May. I've heard nationally that some schools might not even be able to send out student aid letters until May. Which obviously throws off the enrollment deadlines, and those will get pushed. So everybody's just trying to work through this right now. And some folks have said, you know what, this is the change is necessary and we needed to get here. The growing pain is probably more painful than a lot of folks would really like right now.
So listen, Jason, we have thousands of people that watch us on the digital desk each and every morning, and many of them are parents or they have kids. Perhaps some have high school seniors. If they're out there right now, they're concerned, they don't know what to do when it comes to this FAFSA application. What's the best advice right now?
Patience. Everyone's going through the same thing right now, and just that is the one thing to keep in mind. Don't panic. Counselors that I've talked to have said, you know what, we'll help you through this. We'll get you the advice that you need. Still fill out the FAFSA if you can, if you're able to access that. And if you're not, there is actually a paper form that it's not the best option, but it's still out there, so it's still an option for you. Still try the online version and try to get that through, but the paper form is an alternative that is out there, and that counselors and colleges, universities, that wherever you have applied to can help you work through. So there's something out there for everyone, but just a little patience right now. Reach out to your colleges and universities that you've applied to, see where their deadlines are at, see what they're doing. They'll likely communicate with you as well, and counselors should be reaching out as well and just saying, hey, here's what you can do right now, which is sometimes not a lot. And if you have concerns or worries, it's really okay right now. I mean, everybody really is going through this. Everybody's has the same issue. And if you need more time for any reason, definitely communicate with your schools and your universities about what your situation is. And they will be understanding. That's what the financial aid administrators at schools have told me is, we want to be as understanding as possible. We want you at our school. We want to be able to consider you. We understand what's going on right now. So just, the communication from the college end, communication from the parent end. And I think hopefully we'll get through this, and next year will be smoother.
Hopefully. All right, Jason Gonzalez, I really appreciate this interview and giving out the information to some of those parents out there that really don't know which way to turn. We appreciate your work at Chalkbeat, and thanks so very much for joining us on the digital desk.
Yeah, thank you for having me.